So here's our Camelback video. Nick and I have climbed this several times this year. This is the first time I tried it with a GoPro with a head mount. Unfortunately, the angle on my head mount was a little too low, so you're going to be looking at a lot of the ground. But I do hope you enjoy it, as this is the Camelback experience. Alright, so this is the start of the trail. It's pretty crowded today. Usually it's about, I don't know, 10 to 15% incline, and there are parts of it where you probably hit 20%. That's why we're not jogging up this, because we don't want to get totally drained by the time we get to the part where it starts getting hard. But this is probably the longest stretch of the whole trail. And it's going to eventually culminate as we come up over this ridge, and you're going to get a nice easterly shot of the valley and see the sunrise coming up. Then we get a little reprieve coming down here, which is always nice, where we start the Stairmaster portion, and basically it's just a bunch of railroad ties laid out, so you're just stepping. But this is going to bring us to the beast, and it's a pretty steep incline. They do have a couple of handrails here, which I like to use because my legs get pretty tired, so sometimes I gotta pull myself up. And you're huffing pretty good after you come over that ridge there. You get a little reprieve, and then we come to actually the first part of the rocks that we just step up. And this one does have a railing. It is the only railing with the rocks that are like this, and is the last railing on this trail. And then we get a nice little reprieve here until we have another rock ascent. And unfortunately, my GoPro was tilted, at least the head strap mount that I was using was tilted down too much, so you're not getting to see much more than the ground that I'm looking at. But that was a short incline for the rocks. Then this is a nice little stroll through here, just a little bit of incline, a little bit of stepping here. We're going to come around the ridge. There's one big step up here, and we're getting ready for the biggest of the rock inclines. This thing, when you're climbing it, it just feels like it never ends. And as you watch this video, you might get kind of motion sickness because this is a long stretch. That part gets slippery when it rains right there. But essentially you're just trying to find a path that doesn't have 12 other people trying to climb up it. Today was pretty crowded, so there are a lot of choke points, and you just got to end up, you're going to get stuck behind somebody, and you just got to wait until you can find a way around them, and hopefully you'll be a little faster and you can't get around them. But yeah, you just keep climbing and climbing. Rocks get a little bigger. That's when you know you're getting near the top. Not the top of the mountain, just the top of this particular section. And there we're out and we're over, and now we're coming up to the final leg of this journey. You're just kind of scrambling over rocks. You've got this one little incline right here. And then you keep pressing forward because you're almost at the top. And right now you can hear everyone laughing, and you know you're there.
I think this was our best time, except I didn't time it. Hey, we're still going. It's got to be less than 42 feet.